You are listening to KC Sports Network, the #1 podcast network for today's Kansas City sports fans. With former players from your favorite teams, informed perspectives, and former insiders, this is the place for you. KC Sports Network is proudly presented by Emprise Bank, your partner in possible.
All right, back on the Three-Mont Pod. John Kurtz, Cole Manbeck, Derek Young with you here. Big 12 Media Days in Kansas City at T-Mobile Center, artist formerly known as Sprint Center. You are not about to hear me on this interview with Keyontae Johnson that you guys did that I suppose was just wonderful. Now, here's the thing. I had to leave for a little while, okay? I was coming back. Cole gave me the text that it was about to happen. We were about to get Keyontae and said, hurry. I believe he said run. The problem is I couldn't run because I was waiting for the streetcar. So, it was all – I blame public transportation. I love the streetcar. It is awesome, but that was the problem. I had to wait. And I couldn't make it move any faster. And then, I got to go through the metal detector upstairs. So by the time I got here, not only were you guys doing the interview, but there was no – I said in the text I could slide in like DY did for the Tang interview, but I show up and there's nowhere for me to sit. There's no headset. Nothing was ready. So I came down and set my backpack down. There's an 8:10 interview going on over there. I felt like I almost interrupted them and didn't know what to do. So I panicked, and I went and hung out with Kellis in the meal room, okay? So that's what happened here, and that's why I'm not on this interview you're about to hear with Keyontae.
Well, I didn't have a chair either, and I still made it work.
Well, there was no headset. I didn't see the headset.
Well, we put it on the floor to not have it in our lovely video. Anyways,
nobody was there to help me out, so I'm just telling the people here I should have been a part of this, but I'm not.
We're better for it.
Wow. Okay. I mean, Cole, you be the judge on that. Are we better for it or are we not?
I miss having you host those things, but Keyontae was really good. I mean, it was fun to talk to him. First time that we had an opportunity to hear from him. He's been very popular with the media today, which is fitting because he's kind of a national story. Former SEC preseason player of the year. It's got a great story, and not a lot of people have heard from him for a while. So I thought it was a really interesting interview. Thought he brought some interesting things to the table, perspective. DY, I don't know what you thought.
Yeah, give me like the highlight reel here, because I still haven't, as of right now, I have not heard this yet.
Man, I haven't heard it yet either because I was in it. This is one of those things where you don't really hear or remember the interview when you're actually conducting it. I think he was pretty complimentary of Desi Sills, so you'll hear that. That's actually been a buzzworthy player here at Big 12 Media Days, just how quickly Desi Sills has picked it up. I know Naquan Tomlin even said like his basketball IQ's through the roof. He doesn't seem like he's missed months and months of practice, which he has. So that one kind of jumps off the page. And he said the fan support jumps off the page to him. Keyontae did. He said at Florida, there's not a whole lot of buzz. I imagine it's probably more geared towards football in Gainesville.
Wait, geared toward what football?
Yeah, well.
I mean, Keyontae's been there, 5 years? Has Florida fielded a decent team in 5 years? They had the Kyle Trask flash in the pan. I mean, that's about it.
We had to throw some shade at Florida football, huh?
I hope we tag and get another fan base infuriated now.
Well, you guys are acting like that's crazy to say that Florida's been an underachieving football program?
Well, SEC teams don't really – the fans down there care a lot more about football, even if it's 2-10, than basketball.
Desi Sills, like DY mentioned, has been a common theme of today. Even Jerome Tang mentioned it to us, and Naquan, I believe, mentioned that he hasn't seen energy like that ever before from Desi, a guy like Desi. It's been really impressive the way they talk about him, how quickly he's picked things up, which is really encouraging that he's going to be able to adapt, because I think we felt a little bit worried about the guard depth, and you add him into the mix. Yeah, you need him, and if he can be effective right out of the gate, that's great. And Keyontae, just I think a 17, 18-minute interview you guys are going to hear, and I think it'll be interesting to hear his story. He talks about his medical history, if he thought he was ever going to play basketball again, asked him about that and how emotional and difficult of a time that was for him, why he chose Kansas State and Jerome Tang and, being picked 10th. He also mentioned everywhere you go in the locker room, the standings, the preseason poll is posted everywhere, just like Marquise told us.
Marquise told us that.
It's on every single locker, every single TV, is what Keyontae said. Wow. And speaking of Naquan, he said probably one of the more talented players he's ever been with.
Okay.
So the hyperbole, maybe it's not hyperbole, the positive praise about Naquan is through the roof at this point.
Okay. Well, we've set this up with a great tease. Is Ron Zook still the coach of Florida? Is that?
Wow.
Ron Zook, Florida?
Does this have 360?
They might be better off. Did you see the snap from the locker room the other day? That guy saying bleep this team with a middle finger?
I did.
Ron Zook might be better off than what Florida has right now. Come at me, Florida fans. Don't come after 360 Vodka, though. Florida fans have probably had a lot of that because their football team's been rough. You might as well just slug some 360 Vodka. They almost lost to Mizzou. I'm taking out Tucker.
You're just taking Florida, man.
Get the 360 Vodka out, people. Holiday Distillery, they do a great job sponsoring the pod. We appreciate everything they do for us. Great K-State people, K-State connection. So go support those that support us. Get your 360 Vodka. Get your Ben Holiday Bottled and Bond Bourbon. Get ready to watch a good football team coming up this weekend. I'll just say this weekend. Yeah, get ready to watch a good football team, some Big 12 football, and do it with your 360 Vodka and Ben Holiday Bottled and Bond Bourbon. I am now about to magically disappear, but I'll be replaced by somebody much more important, and that is Keyontae Johnson, who sat down with Cole and DY.
We're thrilled to be joined with Keyontae Johnson. Keyontae, thank you so much for jumping on with us. What's today been like?
It's been a great experience. Just seeing how many people want to know about my story and just getting the feel back of the game, just ready for the season to start.
Does it get old having to rehash and answer the same questions over and over today?
A little bit, but I mean, a lot of people want to know what I've been through, and it's good to tell your story and just let people know a lot.
Well, why don't we just start there then? Why don't you tell us your story for people that don't know the health scare that you had and how the recovery has gone and where you're at physically?
I had collapsed 2 years ago, December 12th. So I've been out for 2 years, been trying to get back right. Coach Tang gave me the opportunity to play basketball again here at K-State. And, I mean, it was a long process, but a lot of praying, having the right circle around you, and just having the right attitude, just going through it just helped me.
You had a ton of options. I mean, you left Florida, but you could have probably gone just about anywhere. Why Kansas State?
One, Coach Tang, he has a ring. He recently got a ring from Baylor. He knows the experience. He came from the same conference, so it's like he's not coming from an ACC or SEC. When the first day I got on campus, he told me he's not trying to rebuild. He want to win right away, and that's my main goal, is to win. And in order for me to get to where I want to go to, and that's the NBA, you got to win and win big games. And I feel like the Big 12 is one of the best conferences coming in. The last 2 championships came from here. And, I mean, if you look at the stats, the last few years, the Big 12 hasn't been doing good. So I just feel like, I mean, Coach Tang, he's been leading us in the right way. He always tells us in practice, win the day or go 1-0. And that's what we do, always keep the day in front of us. And I'm big on taking it day by day. So.
And you got Marquise Noel still here and Ishmael Massoud. Those are the only 2 that were here a year ago. How instrumental were they, perhaps, in kind of luring you to Manhattan?
Marquise was another big piece on me when I took my visit. He was my host, so he was telling me, we had like a deep conversation. We were just talking, and we both talked about our goals, and both our goals were the same. We both wanted to make it to the tournament, wanted this to be our last year, and just making a big run. We already knew like people were going to doubt us from if I would have committed in, what people were going to say. So we just wanted to. We both wanted to prove people wrong. We've always been doubted our whole life, so it's just.
Would you consider yourself 100% right now? Are you doing everything in practice?
I won't say 100%, but I'm definitely doing everything back.
Getting close.
Everybody say I haven't lost a beat. It look like I haven't lost a beat, but I feel like, for me, I got high expectation. I feel like I can do a little bit more than what I've been doing.
Yeah. Now you play, I think it's January 28th. You guys play Florida.
Yeah.
Is that kind of a game you kind of circle back on?
It ain't a game I circle back, but it's definitely going to be a fun game. Just seeing my old teammates, all my homeboys on the team. Just going to be a great experience playing against a team that I started with, and just knowing how much they care for me. I still talk to them to this day, so they always come calling and check on me.
What was your recruitment like, Keyontae? Take us through the process of entering the transfer portal and the decision to choose K-State.
Recruitment process it started off slow because a lot of teams didn't want to take the risk of recruiting me. Once Western Kentucky, K-State reached out, I had Southern California, all those reached out, and they seen that I was about to start taking visits. That's when more schools started. Once the schools seen me start taking visits, that's when more schools started kicking in. But at that time, I was at a point where I just wanted to go ahead and make a decision and start working out because I haven't worked out really in 2 years. So it's like I wanted K-State was one of the first schools to reach out to me. I had Memphis as well, and I just took a visit to K-State. So when I got here the second day on campus, Coach had team dinner at his house. We had karaoke night. And
everyone saw that one.
Yeah, I just felt like even on your visit, most recruits don't just open up like that. And these teams made me feel like one of my brothers made me feel like just feel like a family base, and I just felt like this is the right spot to come.
Well, I was going to ask you about that. Does it feel different here than anywhere else? I mean, I know you were only in Florida, right? But the culture and the family atmosphere you guys have developed.
I said we had some good culture at Florida. Like, I mean, I'm a real still talk to Trey Mann that's in Oklahoma City. Some of my teammates that's going to different places. Andrew Nimhart. We all still talk, but I feel like just here is just more different. We all. More because we all stay near each other, stay by each other. We see each other every day. Coach have team dinner at his house every Sunday at 2 o'clock. So it's like we just left the retreat. We had to do a retreat last weekend. So it's like everything we doing, we always sticking together, making sure we each other straight. And we always have long talks in the locker room or even at the dorms and apartments.
How much is the NBA still goal? Is that still something you're really shooting for?
Yeah, that's my main goal. I mean, that's another reason why I came back into the basketball field. I feel like I can still get there and just – that's my main focus into the NBA and making it to the tournament.
Is there anything that you've heard from other people or maybe have decided individually where you want to make more strides at it in order to become a better NBA prospect?
Really my main right now focus is just having a healthy season, go a full season showing that I'm healthy. And then I feel like I've been putting in the work, so I feel like my game will show the rest. Showing the teams that I still got the ability to play at a high level, just much wiser with my decision and playing more poised than what I was before.
When you first, fire out, 100%, is there going to be any hesitation, or do you feel like you just want to get out there and play at this point?
Get out there and play, really. Yeah. I mean, like Coach saying, he keep me positive. All the coaching staff always saying, like, when they see me after practice, like, they tell me you got it, you good. Yeah. Just keep going, just keep trusting the process, and just trust everybody that's around me. I mean, God, I feel like God wouldn't put me in this situation to not fail me, so that's why I'm just confident.
Coach Tang's mentioned that he kind of has dealt with a few players at Baylor that had, heart conditions and heart issues at one point or another. Was that part of the pitch, or did that,
Yeah, that was another part of the pitch. I mean, you always want to go to a coach that has something similar. Like, if I don't went to a coach that never dealt with something like this, then it would have been different because say something bad would have happened again, he wouldn't know what to do. Then it's like I could have been going through the situation. But since Coach Tang had the experience and he coached pros that had this, it's like it give you hope and just give you better confidence that you're safe in a safe environment.
Knows how to manage it.
Yeah, manage it better too.
Was there a moment where you didn't think you might play basketball again, Keyontae, and what was that like emotionally?
I feel like that moment was when I was at Florida. When the doctor told me that I wasn't cleared to play again, it was really down. I mean, I definitely cried to my parents. Definitely had like long nights, but I felt I had my teammate Tyree Appleby that's at Wake Forest, Noah Locke, all them, Providence. They all make sure I was straight every day, just making sure that I kept the right positive mindset, letting me know that everything gonna be good. Just having the right circle around you and just going through the day without being mentally down. If you're mentally happy, then it's like you won't feel like anything will happen to you. Or once you're mentally down, you start feeling, this starting to hurt. You start putting bad tears on your body. So I just kept having positive energy going through practice and going up to Florida just every day, just taking it day by day and just trusting God.
What are the expectations for this team? Like, you were a part of some talented teams at Florida. How does the talent on this roster stack up?
We got a lot of talent on the team. I feel like a lot of our guys is underrated. Like, not too many people know about us or know about some of the people on the team, so they haven't really seen us. But I feel like we have a lot of talent. Naquan, for one, he's really talented. He only played 2 years of like college basketball, of JUCO basketball. So, and the stuff that he's doing is like really impressive. Like, 'cause he don't know how good he can be. So, him, you got a dog like Marquise, Ish. We got the right pieces. We got a lot of grit on our team, a lot of grit.
We keep hearing this about Naquan. I think Coach Tang, actually, and I'm paraphrasing, said that he could be one of the most talented players that he's ever coached. What are some characteristics to his game that really stand out with his size?
He's 6'9". He might say 6'10". He's 6'9", 6'10". He could dribble it. He could put it on the floor, finish, really athletic, can shoot the ball, defend. He could defend 1 through 5. So it's like, I mean, really what everybody wants out of a player, like you can get out of him, but he just got to bring to work every day. I mean, good rebounder, got the right length and everything you need. So
you shared, how a lot of these players are unknown, even if they are extremely talented.
Yes.
You guys were picked to finish last in the Big 12. You go in with a big edge because of that?
Yeah, I mean, we really don't we we have it in our locker room where our rank is up there, so we see it every day. That give us more motivation to just going and practice hard, not to have a bad day in practice. Like knowing we can't waste a day. Like I said, we always Coach Tane, he's big on win the day and go 1-0. So that's another motivation right there. What we see every day in practice. It's like everywhere in the locker room. Like you go in the locker room, it's the first thing you see. Then it's on another TV. Then it's on everybody's locker. So everybody, that's like one of our biggest motivations right now to be there.
The one thing we did see is through all the social media platforms, I guess, is the photo shoot, the video shoot you guys just did at night over at Van Zyl. I think you were doing stuff with Willie.
Yeah,
right?
Willie. Yeah.
So how was that experience? How
it was definitely a good experience. I mean, I never experienced that at Florida. We haven't really did anything outside with the fan base there. So it just showed how much it was real late too. It was around 9:30, 10 o'clock, and it's on a school night. So I never seen a fan base really that supportive. Wanted to show how much they care for us and how much they ready for the season. Every time they kept saying, "Oh yeah, we can't wait for the season." People were saying they got season tickets. So it just give you more edge and more joy for it, just to be ready for the show.
You're from Virginia. You played at Florida. Now you're here in Manhattan, Kansas. Yeah. What's been your perception of Manhattan? Have you been pleasantly surprised or?
Yeah, pleasantly surprised with the. I say the fan base. Like I said, when you go out places, everybody's saying, "Oh, we can't wait for the season." They want to take pictures, open the door for you, just do the little things for you, and it just show how much they really care for their athletes here in Manhattan.
On the court, where would you say you're best suited? I mean, you seem very versatile. Do you even put a label on if you're a 3 or a 4, or where do you feel most comfortable in playing?
It really doesn't matter to me. Coaches always they tell me all the time I'm positionless, so they're gonna this year I'm gonna play a lot of positions, just a lot of positions, showcase my game even more. Just whatever the coach said, I just try to go my hardest at it.
What do you say is the biggest strength of your game?
I'll say finishing through contact and catch and shoot threes.
Yeah. What have you seen from Desi Sills? He just arrived, I know, but you probably saw him, I think, in the SEC, right, when he was at Arkansas, and you know him well. What have you seen just coming in? What he's been able to bring to the table?
He's bringing the right energy that we need defensively. He's talking. As soon as he got I think this has only been his first or second practice, and he's been one of the most vocal guys on the team, making sure everybody know exactly where place they're supposed to be at. We playing a similar defense that they used to play, so it's he knows how the right spots that we need to be in and everything. And he kind of get everybody up to pace.
What would you say is the staple or the trademark of this team, or the potential to be the staple of this team?
I feel like the potential is we can definitely make a run. We will shock a lot of people. Just got to stay confident and trust the work through everything. Just taking it day by day. Don't try to think of ahead and thinking since we last, now we got to try to prove ourselves. We just keep doing what we're doing right now, and then we'll make a big run.
Is there a game on the schedule at all, or a place that you're excited to play that you maybe not played yet?
I mean, man.
Yeah,
I never played
here. Yeah.
But I mean, I want to say a game. I kind of do want. I want to play in the Kansas game. Kansas. I heard it get rocking in there. I definitely want to get that experience.
Have you seen any videos of the KUK State game?
I've never seen it. I mean, I played in a Kentucky arena, heard it, how it gets in there, so just wanted to try another blue blood, just see how it is there.
Texas Tech is actually.
Yeah, I heard Texas. Yeah, I took a visit there. They just definitely get active.
We showed Naquan actually off air when we had him over here, the sandstorm playing at the KUK State game, and a game K-State won, and his eyes lit up. Yeah, I mean, it gets pretty crazy.
Yeah, I heard everybody tell me we had Curtis Kelly's on our team. He used to play there, so he tell us when we win and everything's going it gets real loud, and we're gonna love it. So that's been another motivation, seeing him have success there, and just wondering.
He was known for the tunnel dance. And apparently bringing that back. Naquan said he's going to lead it.
Yeah, he likes to dance. I wouldn't be surprised if he did.
Yeah, he said he's the best dancer on the team.
He probably is. He can hide.
He also told us he said he's the best dunker, but he said you're pretty close too. So
and you, him, and Finister. He said.
Finister, Dorian Finister. Yeah. His arms is long. That's the only thing. So he don't got to really. Yeah,
you get the better dunk.
Yeah, I got the better dunk.
Who are some other guys that maybe we haven't talked about as much that have maybe surprised you or stood out on the team?
Taki is real. He's real positionless, strong, can shoot the ball, defend, real athletic. Taki, Jarrell, really the whole y'all have to come to practice and see. Like we have like it's a lot of guys that showcase a lot of things for us, and that's what really gonna make us.
Well, I mean that's what we think about, because you think about coaches whittling down their rotations to like 7-8 guys, but that feels like it's gonna be pretty hard to do with this team with the depth you guys have.
Yeah, we have like Ish, real great 3-point shooter, like catch and shoot off the dribble. He's real knocking down. Like it's a lot of guys that showcase a lot of things that we're gonna need to help us throughout the season, because obviously like it's a team sport, so we're gonna need everybody to just showcase something.
And yet the social media superstar, basically, and Coach Jareem Dowling.
Oh, yeah.
So is what we see on social media, is that him?
Yeah, no, that's him every day. Like, everything y'all see about the coaches, and that's how they is every day. They loud. They bring energy. Everywhere we go, if he get a chance to record, he going to record. Like, he keep it charged. Like, I think he got 2 phones, so even one of them go there, the other, he got the other one. But he's not going to miss a beat. Like, if he's there, he's going to make sure he recorded, make sure, just for him to save us the moment, just to look back on his day. Like, after he record, he sent it to us, and we just all, like, laugh at the video, because at the point of, like, first you're like, why is he recording? But then, like, eventually you're going to want the video.
The coach we probably know the least about, or the fans know the least about, it's probably Coach Perry.
Yeah.
So how would you, like, describe Coach Perry and have people get to know him a little
Coach Perry is really smart, really a smart guy. He has a lot of experience. I mean, he coached Mocan in the league, coached Trae Young, Michael Porter, all of those guys. So, like, he has guys in the league. Offensively, he's really, really smart. I go to him after every practice and ask him what he sees.
Offense?
Yeah, not just, like, eventually, like, just ask him what he see from me, or what he needs to see me do better, and he tell me, like, he's not gonna be the runner, but he's gonna tell you straight up what he see. He holds you to a high standard. If you tell him like what you want to be, for example, like I told him I want to be in the leagues, and he gonna treat me like a pro. Like he not gonna be the runner, but he not gonna sugarcoat nothing. He gonna let you know, like, oh, you're not practicing hard, or you're not running to the spot hard. Like, he's a real good coach to have.
What about a guy like Coach Sutton?
Coach Sutton, same exact thing. He keeps it real with you. Real big on player development. He want to make sure we in the gym with the GAs, getting the extra shots up and stuff like that. So we have a lot of coaches that help us out, trying to get better and every day. Just want to make us the best version of ourselves. I feel like we have the right staff.
You guys have 5 graduate assistants, right?
Yes.
Can you maybe just speak to the role that they play and being able to be in the gym with you guys so much?
They in the gym whenever we want to, like late night, early mornings, evenings, whenever, like, we tell them what time we want to gym, they come, no excuses, they drop everything they want to do just to make sure we at where we want to be, because everybody knows where everybody's goal is to be, either to get to the tournament, win a Big 12, or get to the NBA. They're going to treat us like pros. They're going to work us out like pros. We're going to get the right work in. It could be for 30 minutes, it could be for 45, an hour, whatever. Or make sure if we had a hard practice, they'll make sure we get the right shots up too. They're not just going to put pressure on our body. They're going to make us just get shots up, just to keep the field, keep us loose and stuff.
All right, Keyontae. Hey, we really appreciate the time. We can't wait to watch you guys. We can't wait to watch you play. We're thrilled to have you at K-State, and look forward to the season. Best of luck this year.
Thank you. Appreciate
Thank you, Keyontae.
Yes, sir.